Hey V, barely recognized you as you were coming in. Good to see you. Let's cut to the chase. We both know why we're here. Your fixer sent me to help run through some math with you before your next job. Let's just say they really don't want you to look like a gonk out there. Don't worry, this won't be painful. Imaginary nums, 4 operations, quick lesson. Ready? Alright, first, addition. 2 complex numbers. First one, real part, -1. Imaginary part, 4i. Combined, make a complex number. Second, real part 2, imaginary part, 3i. Combined together, make a complex number. 2 complex numbers, the parentheses help distinguish them. Now, let's add. When you add the real parts. -1 plus 2 is +1. Then, complex parts. 4i plus 3i is, look alive V, it's a good lesson, 7i. Our answer, 1 plus 7i, also a complex number. Real part 1, imaginary part 7i. Straightforward, pretty good. It looks like algebra. Combine the i's like you would in algebra. Just remember, imaginary I is the square root of -1. Good, good. Now, same 2 complex numbers. Subtraction. First, distribute this negative sign here. By that, I just mean change the signs. Keep the -1 plus 4i, -2, -3i. If there's a negative here, just make it positive. Now, real parts. -1 minus 2 is -3. Imaginary parts. 4i minus 3i. Try to pay attention, V. This is useful stuff. Plus I. Plus 1i plus I. -3 plus I. It's also a complex number. Nice. Multiplication. Try to pay attention here. This can help you score some big eddies. Same 2 complex numbers. This time, we're multiplying them. You can put a dot to show multiplication, or just squish them together. No one has time for that. Putting them together, you're multiplying. We have so many jobs to complete, and no time to do it. Let's just FOIL. Quickly. -1 times 2, the first 2 terms. F. -1 times 2 is -2. O. Outer. Outer is -1 and 3i. -1 times 3i is -3i. I. Inner. 4i times 2 is plus 8i. The inner 2 terms. And last, L. 4i times 3i is 4 times 3, which is 12. I times I is I squared. Write it out if you need to. I squared is -1. Remember before, I is the square root of -1. So I squared is -1. So this is 12 times -1, -12. Try to pay attention, V. This stuff can save you. -3i plus 8i, positive 5i, plus 12 times -1, minus 12. Real parts, -2 minus 12. Yes, -14, plus 5i. Done. Real part, -14. Imaginary part, 5i. Good. FOIL is your friend. Okay, last one, biggest task. But as we say, big jobs equal big reward. Same two complex numbers divided by each other. -1 plus 4i divided by 2 plus 3i. Take your time, but we do have to do these jobs with a bit of speed as well. So, first step, look at the bottom. We want it to be a real number, and we do this by multiplying by its conjugate. Instead of 2 plus 3i, we change it to 2 minus 3i. If it's -1 plus 7i, the conjugate is -1 minus 7i. Change the plus to a minus or a minus to a plus. The first part is real, doesn't matter, just keep it. If we multiply it down here, multiply it up here, put parentheses because we don't have time to get confused. Use FOIL if you want, but shortcut, square this for first number, 2 squared is 4. Then we have minus 3 times 3 is 9, I times I is I squared. Write it if you need to, 9i squared. But if you can do it in your head, do 4 plus 9, because I squared is -1. That's all you need to know, V. Don't forget, I is the square root of -1, and I squared is therefore -1. Good job. 4 plus 9 is 13. That's going to be our denominator. The top, you have to do the FOIL again. The FOIL method, quickly. First, -1 times 2 is -2. The outer terms, -1 times -3i is plus 3i. Inner, 4i times 2 is 8i. 4i times -3i is -12 I squared. I squared is -1, so that's plus 12. It's okay if you need to take a moment to write it out, V, but keep it moving. Don't get stuck. It's okay. I didn't write that numerator part here, so I'll just go ahead and point that out. But here we go. Now combine the real parts. -2 plus 12, 10. 3i plus 8i is positive 11i over 13. And that's it. If you want to write it in the standard form, distribute this 13 here and here. 10 over 13 for the real part, 11 over 13i for the imaginary part, and that is how we divide. Got it, V? Alright. I think that about covers it. Get out there and earn some sweet, sweet eddies. With these tools, you should be good to go. Oh, try not to get foul-lined.